Forgiveness is really the willingness to see the truth, in that it's looking past the illusion of a sin or the illusion of a wrong being done, knowing it's an illusion and asking to see what's true instead. That's forgiveness. It's not pardon the way the world sees a pardon. Like I say, pardoning, letting you slide for something you did indeed do. It's pardoning what isn't true. It's allowing what isn't true to leave your sight. It gets easier when you understand what it actually is, and then you're freed. The idea is that not only is the person being forgiven freed, but the forgiver is freed as well, because whatever you think the other has done, the sin that they've committed, is a sin you think you've committed on some level. It's a projection. And so you're going to attack it out over there, not knowing that what you attack out there, you're attacking tenfold in here. And so this is why when Jesus was being crucified, his body was being crucified, he said what we translated in English, God forgive them, for they know not what they do. What he was really saying was more like something like, I forgive you. I see the truth in you. I see that your attack on me is an attack on self, right? And that as you attack me, you harm yourself. So he actually had compassion for those attacking him, knowing that that attack was on self. I like this next paragraph. So it's a really good technique or tool. This is a very simple way to find the door to true forgiveness and perceive it open wide in welcome. When you feel that you are tempted to accuse someone of sin in any form, that means anytime you're upset with somebody else, that's accusing them of sin. They've done some shit to you that's not okay, right? When you're tempted to do that, do not allow your mind to dwell on what you think he did, for that is self-deception. Ask instead, would I accuse myself of doing this? Now, some people might say, yeah, I would, but I really want you to look at that question, because the accusal usually comes like, besides the thing you think they did, there's a judgment on them. That's the one you want to look at. Would I accuse myself of being this? Because if you're accusing somebody else, it's usually because we think we're better. We're not that. They're the ones that are that, right? And so it's saying, would you do that to yourself? That's the question you get to ask yourself. Thus, will you see alternatives? Because your mind is going to go, I don't want to be that. Well, what's another alternative, right? It's going to start showing you alternatives. Thus, will you see alternatives for choice in terms that render choosing meaningful and keep your mind as free of guilt and pain as God himself intended it to be, and as it is in truth. It is but lies that would condemn. In truth, is innocence the only thing there is. Forgiveness stands between illusions and the truth, between the world you see and that which lies beyond, between hell of guilt and heaven's gate. And so you could say forgiveness is the doorway. It is heaven's gate. It's the opening. And when we apply it, we get to pass through the illusions. It stands between illusions and the truth, between the world you see and that which lies beyond, between the hell of guilt and heaven's gate. So all of our suffering, it's saying, all of our suffering is the result of our judgment on another as sinful, or another person, another situation, another thing as bad or wrong, right? That is where all our suffering comes from, or on ourselves. Most of the time we're projecting it out there, and sometimes it's really evident we're doing it to ourselves. All our pain and suffering comes from that. And our freedom from it is forgiveness. It's what opens the way to seeing the truth, the light of truth. So across the bridge of forgiveness, as powerful as love which laid its blessing on it, are all dreams of evil and of hatred and attack brought silently to truth. So let's think about this. Any situation, experience, person, judgment you've been holding on to for a long time. somebody you've been upset with, or you have, you know, a judgment on, think about what's actually happening there. It's saying you're holding on to that so that it magnifies, it swells, right? And bluster, right? They are not kept to swell and bluster, right? Become really big and to terrify the foolish dreamer who believes in them. That's what we're doing when we do that, when we hold on to stuff